Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of All About You. I know that it's been a while since I've made some videos, and I will start upping the amount, the quantity on this channel. But I have a really nice special video today. It's actually going to be of a deck profile of the deck that I took to the Paipay Qualifiers this weekend, and the deck is phenomenal. I was the only blue-green SS3 variant in the event in top cut. So it means a lot. There were roughly 85 players there, so it was like a mini regional. A lot of people showed out. Good players such as Jordan Markle, Nick Brady, other individuals, Eric Hill was present, and just an abundance of relatively good players, Tony Couture, and just again solid competition. So before we get started, I would like to give a nice shout out to my sponsor, Dana Clay. Again, if you guys want your collectible needs, definitely go to greatapegaming.com. You can buy all your product online, and whatever you need, you're good for. Also, make sure that you visit Brothers Grin. This place is a phenomenal store that you can go and play at local tournaments. They have tons of product ranging from Magic the Gathering to Dragon Ball Super, and just a whole ton of your CCG needs. So it's a place that you would love to check out and be a part of all the fun. Without further ado, let's move on to the deck profile. You guys already know what this character does. He's the most prominent leader in the format, the best leader in the game. So if you're not playing SS3, you guys already know my words. Moving forward, we're playing for the legendary Flute. This card is actually going to get restricted in later September, so make sure you abuse it while you can. And there's a reason why it's getting limited, and it's because it allows you to continually bounce your own characters to your hand, which allows you to extend plays. In most top contending decks, you're bouncing your Self-Awakeners, your turn 1 Self-Awakeners, such as Gohans and Trunks, right back to your hand. You attack, take a card from your life area, add it to your hand, you crit your opponent down, then you flute it right back to your hand, then you play it again, and you're awakened. This card also works with the Goten, the BCC Goten. He is snapped and half broken, another card that Bandai definitely has to look out for. That Goten is very strong, in my opinion, too strong for the game. So that's something that definitely should be considered to be restricted to 1. But Flute, abuse it while you can. If you don't run 4, you're bad. Moving forward, we have 4 Full Power Energy. Full Power Energy is, again, and I'm going to apologize for the glare because there's going to be some glare action. Full Power Energy in this format is amazing. It pretty much allows you to kill off your opponent's 1-drops when they attack. So if your opponent attacks with their leader and they have a Bardock, or they have a Trunks in play, or Gohan, or any turn 1 character, even if it's a Majin Buu, you can Full Power Energy and wipe them out. A lot of the cards that I normally kill are cards like Trunks, Gohans, and Master Roshi's when my opponent tries to negate, and then all of a sudden on their turn they're attacking me. I'm like, all right, pop your free 5k. The next card that I run in my deck is Gohan. All right, this is the Self-Awakener that I was talking about earlier. This goes hand in hand with Flute. So I run 4 Flute and I run 4 Gohans for consistency. As you guys know, I'm known for running 4-ofs because that's just my style of play, and I like to see what I like to run in my deck. So whatever I'm playing, I want to see it. The next card I run is Sensu Bean. If you're not running 4 Sensu Bean in a blue-oriented deck, like, you have to run it. It's a must. This card is too strong. It allows you to strengthen up your characters, whether you're going in for several attacks with dual attack or triple attack oriented cards. It allows you to stick on your leader for defense. So if your opponent is attacking you, especially against the blue-yellow matchup, this card single-handedly can stop them on their tracks, because you're basically giving your leader a buff 5 or potentially buff 10, depending on how many sensu beans you stack on them, and it's going to be very difficult for your opponent to get through your defense. Moving forward, we're running 4 King Vegeta surprise attack. I know a lot of people may be wondering, why 4? That's a whole lot. Well, again, I like seeing the max amount of quantity in my deck because I love being able to see the cards that I play. This card works with so many other cards in the deck, which will be revealed shortly. But essentially, it gives any one of your battle cards plus 10k for the turn. So it's just like a sensu bean, except for battle cards. And it also gives the battle card Revenge, which is something extremely strong when we go and move forward to the rest of the deck. I run 4 boost attack Piccolos. You have to run 4. If you're not running 4, don't bother playing the game. Moving forward, I run 4 Freehan. Freehan is amazing. This guy comes out onto the board, gives you defense, and allows you to utilize him as pressure. I've spoken about this card several times. I run him in every deck that can run runs a blue leader. He's just one of the best cards in the game, and you want to play cards like this. They give you max value. The only decks you wouldn't be playing them in are in blue-yellow oriented builds because they're focused on trying to kill you, not progress the game. This card can save you defensively and also help put pressure against your opponent. We run 4 Unbreakable Gokus. This card is your other super combo. So we run 8 super combos in the deck. That's something that's very key and very necessary. We run 4 Combo Killers. Combo Killer is extremely strong. He allows you to do so much in the game. So he's a control-oriented card, which means that he's able to stick on the board. His ability is, during the combo step, if your opponent chooses to place a card in their combo area, they have to discard a card. That happens before any of their effects trigger. So, for example, they're activating a boost attack Piccolo, they're activating Unbreakable. They have to discard a card first before, again, resolving the effect. If you stack more than one of these bad boys on the board, it's going to get real ugly for your opponent. So, again, very strong, very powerful, and extremely dominant. We run 4 Piccolos. This Piccolo, Kami's Power Piccolo, is absolutely nutty. This card is super phenomenal. His ability is, first of all, he has Barrier, just like Analyza. He has Double Strike and active main Bond 2. All you need is a second character on board in order to use his ability. You get to discard any of your opponent's battle cards, period. So there is no other qualification other than just getting rid of their threat. We run 4 Vegito. In my opinion, he's Vegito Save the Day. That's what that card should have been called. Now, this is going back to what I was talking about earlier. Surprise attack mixed with this card equals a bad day for your opponent, because essentially you end up with a 30k body with Revenge, and your opponent cannot attack your leader. So if he's the only battle card in rest mode, they can only attack him, which means that they have to deal with a 30k body, and against all these blue-yellow Harudagon / SS3 decks running around, they have to actually try to get through this, which is almost impossible. And they'll lose all their battle cards, such as their Gotens, which you want them to kill their own Gotens, if possible. And the last card we run is 4 Trio de Danger. Okay? He's a monster Bergamo. We run 4 copies. He's similar to Vegito, except he does not have Barrier. However, he has an even more interesting effect. While this card is in rested mode, your battle cards can only attack this card. So, meaning your opponent's leader is the only one that can attack. If I ever have Bergamo and Vegito on the board, my opponent's leader has to attack Vegito, and then all their battle cards have to attack Bergamo. Bergamo starts off as a 25k defense mechanism because his effect says when he's attacked, he gains plus 5k. And that's when he's attacked. So for example, let's say my opponent is attacking with something huge, like the new mirror that people have been running, the super rare mirror. I can say, all right, you know what? We're gonna full power energy that mirror, and now he's already 25k. So if they attack him now again with another battle card, he becomes 30k. And he just keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger, which is amazing. He's one of the strongest defensive cards in the game. Second to Vegito. Vegito is the safest, strongest defensive card. He's the second best. But he is stronger than Vegito in terms of being able to collect more value. And then the last cards that we run are 2 Scientist Fu. Again, we run overarm cards to have advantage. Scientist Fu, in my opinion, is one of the best, if not the best, overarm card in the game. He allows you for just 1 energy and 7 cards in your drop zone. You summon him, you draw 2 cards, he has double strike and 25k attack. Like, that's pretty bonkers, and it's pretty broken. Hey guys, this is gonna be a little bonus clip for you all. I have a Patreon, a lot of you may already know. The Patreon is used for players that want to be even more competitive and want access to deck profiles that I have in the making, decks that I'm going to be taking to future events, sideboards, because I know a lot of players want access to sideboards and want the mythology that goes along with it, what to take out, what to put in, etc. That's on my Patreon. A lot of the things that I teach on my Patreon is how to actually play the game properly and what your proper mindset should be when you're going up against matchups, especially matchups that may not be favorable. So with that being said, you can visit my Patreon. The link is gonna be in the description below. So make sure you take a look at that. Look at the tier sections. They all fit different desires depending on how great you want to be at the game or how dedicated you want to be. You can choose the tier according to that. Another thing I do have is I write articles on between 3 to 4 times a week. And these articles are in depth in terms of matchups, how to approach them, how to play against certain type of decks, and just an abundance of different things that you need to know when you're playing the Dragon Ball Super card game. Because a lot of players, even good players, they're not aware of these things, and that's why they're not as consistent as they should be. You have players that they top every now and then, but they start missing top cut, and they're wondering like, damn, I was so close making top cut again, but I missed it. And it's because they made some missteps. Unfortunately, that ended up costing them their games, and overall, they costed the top cut. So with that being said, you know, you want to stay consistent, you want to have the right approach and the right mindset to be a champion in this game. I myself, I make sure that I follow my own guidelines, and that's why I don't miss top cuts ever, you know. So again, having the right mindset and knowing what to do, the interactions, will go a long way. So again, make sure you take a look at the Patreon, and you might end up liking it. A lot of people do. Thank you for watching. As always, this channel is all about